Ravens live.
Ravens live. Ravens live. Good afternoon. Good evening. 3:30. We are 3:36. We are a half an hour away from the trade deadline as we watching the real NFL go crazy on trades and shit today. Game of Thrones is doing the same thing for the last 2 days. Today is the trade deadline. My plugs is plugged in and hits the franchise guru. Real talk. Boom. Tupac is back. We got a lot of things going on, man. Boom. While we getting close to the trade deadline. We talked about the trades yesterday. We had some big blockbuster trades. Some good ones, some okay ones, some pretty solid ones. Some guys that make an impact on their new teams right away. Um, and as we close down, do you expect? I mean, there was some names that was thrown out there that still haven't been moved at all. But do you think that we'll see a blockbuster before the trade deadline is over with? I know we had things like Cooper Cup on the move. Uh, Trying to be on the move. Tutu Atwell, two wide receivers out of the Los Angeles Rams squad was thrown on the block and see what type of offers are out there. A little bit of movement we heard. I don't know if the Jamar Chase thing was just just something thrown out there just to be thrown out there, but we haven't seen no movement there. We do know that the Bengals sound like they were looking to make a move, or whether it was them trying to grab somebody or pick up somebody or give somebody away and pick up some capital off of that. Who knows? But again, we're a little under a half an hour left before the trade deadline of the second season of Game of Thrones. As we watch that play itself out, we get into it, man. Big time games, man. Big time games tonight. We got some games that's coming up tonight that should be pretty solid. In a few hours, we got the Bills traveling to Philadelphia, and then you also got the Steelers traveling to Baltimore. There are two big games for the day. People asking for the pick'ems. The problem is we are out of giving gifts. No more gifts are given at this point. We're done with that. So you can pick them, but you'll be picking them just to enjoy the process. But there will not be a handout, and because there's not going to be a handout, nobody's going to give two shits. You won't see a pick 'em on here, which will force me to turn it into a okay. Those that do give a shit, holla at me type shit. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's look at the playoff picture. We are in week 14 right now, and man, we got some things going down right now. Like, look, first of all, the Cardinals and the Bills both have the number one seeds. Cardinals only got one loss on the season. The Buffalo Bills are undefeated. They are still looking to make that Chargers team of last year put their champagne bottles away. And of course that happens. Nope. Come on, man. You right downstairs. No reason why you should be calling me. Can you see what she want? She ain't gonna leave me alone.
Bucks.
With that being said, we got again. Arizona Cardinals are the NFC representatives for last year's Super Bowl. And the Buffalo Bills were one and done. Went home early, and this year they said they're not playing around, man. On paper and on the field, these team is really good, and they've been doing really good. Mom, I'm on my show. Yes. And so the Bills are still holding on to a zero. Listen, this team at this point got the best defense in the league. Let's go take a look over there for a second, man. Let's go look at the top defensive teams offensively and who's producing the most right now. When you look at total offensive yards gained, the Cardinals with their high flying aerial assault, man. That air raid assault is over there is very dangerous with the Arizona Cardinals and Coach Falk over there getting it done. 6,281 total offensive yards gained. Bengals are second. Bengals are rocking right now. Chargers are moving in the mix. They back at third. Ravens are fourth. Packers are five. And your top five go right there. All right, so you look at total offensive yards gained. Do things change a little bit? You got Cardinals 1, Bengals 2, Chargers, Ravens, and then the Packers again. Passing yards, obviously the Chargers and Cardinals and Rams. Look at the Rams, man, with their young quarterback, Kurt Warner, the second up there. Putting in work. These guys threw for 3,576 yards with about 4 or 5 games remaining right now. They balling. But when you look offensively, the Cardinals are there right away. They've been number one in the first 3 categories. So, that's telling me they got the number one offense in the league right now. 5,235. The closest team to them are the Chargers in second place. The Falcons slide up in the mix in fourth place, and then the Cowboys are fifth place right now, which is a little unorthodox. These guys are throwing the ball pretty well, but not pretty well. You know, a lot of turnovers and losses coming along with the Cowboys and Falcons with their stat line. When you look at the run game right now, who's first in the league in rushing? Those Bengals, 1,993 yards. They're doing it between two running backs, but Joe Mixon is the bell cow over there. He's handling most of the load, and he's doing a pretty good job of it. They're almost at the 2,000 mark. Right behind that is JT, Jonathan Taylor, the sensational running back, the guy that's saying the most durable running back in the league is Jonathan Taylor and Seahound in the Colts right now, 1,952 yards rushing. At three, as a team, Ravens, and they're doing it as a tandem with Lamar Jackson. Add to that, J.K. Dobbins is finally healthy now. He's off a hamstring. They finally cleared him to play. So we'll see how his role will be going forward. But that's the rookie, man, the diaper dandy, the sensational rookie running back that's out there in Baltimore right now. He's holding it down, holding the fort down. Him and Lamar together right now. It's going to be hard for J.K. to really get back on the field with this guy running the ball the way he is. 1,833 yards rushing. They're number 3 in the league in rushing. And then a surprise team that's running the ball very well this year are the Philadelphia Eagles, 1,783 yards rushing. They're 4th. And then there's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Look, man, Tom Brady, gave his offensive coordinator to go. Listen, man. Year one, we wanted to learn to throw the ball, man. And we're gonna use me, but I am getting super up there in age right now. And I'm about 145 years old now, so we got to rely more on the run and allow me to just, pass the ball. But I can't be coming out of games throwing the ball 30 times a game. I won't bet ice this arm up at all. There's no way that'll happen. The Giants and Saquon sitting down here as well. So your top 5 rushing attacks in the league right now are Bengals 1, Colts 2, Ravens 3, Eagles 4. Buccaneers are 5.
Lions.
Now, who's scoring points at a high level right now? You start off with the number 1 team is the Cardinals. They averaging 48.2 points a game. Bills are averaging 40 points a game, and then the Ravens are 3rd with 37.7. And then there's those Carolina Panthers and Coach Matt Rule and Maximilian, 35.8. Sitting at 4, and the Buccaneers at 35.2 at 5 right now. So that's your top 5 scoring offenses in the league. Now, passing touchdowns, nobody's doing it more than the Cardinals with 62 passing touchdowns. The next team up are the Panthers, 36, Bills with 35, tied with the Chargers with 35, Rams with 33. That would give you your 3rd team. So you got the Cardinals, Panthers. And 3rd place is the Bills and Chargers tied. Rams are 4th, and the Bears are 5th, tied with the Giants with 31 touchdowns apiece. Where Daniel Jones is throwing the ball. A lot of touchdowns right now. Rushing touchdowns. Nobody got more than the Bengals. 2 behind them are the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with 27. Bengals and Joe Mixon in their split backfield with Telfair and Mixon got 29 rushing touchdowns right now. Baltimore with 20, tied with the Colts, 20 and tied with the Eagles. So 3rd place teams are 3 teams tied at 3 at 20 apiece. And then you got the Bills at 19, and then the Bears 18, tied with the Seahawks at 18 at 5. How important it is to move the chains. Let's see who's moving the chains. All right, so first downs on the year, 256 from the Bengals, Chargers 2nd with 255, Cardinals are 3rd with 247, and then there are the Baltimore Ravens at 4 at 239, Bears are at 5 at 236. That's offensive stats right now. So when you take a look at the offensive situations going around the league right now, it looks like honestly, you got the Cardinals are the number 1 offense in the league, and the Bengals are sitting at number 2. With the Chargers number 3, Ravens are at number 4. And then, it's a flip up, it's a toss up because the Bears has been in the top 5. Let's see how many top 5s they got. Not in the top 5 there. Not in the top 5 there. They right outside of it. Rushing right outside of the top 5. Just passing yards right now. Nope. So Cardinals, Chargers, look like Chargers, Bengals. Bengals aren't in the top 5 in passing, but they are top 5 in rushing. Might be the Bucks. Might be the Bucks. Yep. And take a look at this. It might be the Bucks. It's between the Bucks and the Bears. I would ask Snake to go on there and look at the come out and go right here where it say team stats and tell me we're fourth offense in the league, seventh in defensive yards. So go there and tell me where you're sitting at right now. Points scored, or third in the NFL. Points allowed, eighth in the NFL. So you'll see it defensively when we get over there. But that was give me my true top five. I'm sorry to come all the way out. Let's get back to it right now. Let's go look at the defensive side of the ball and see what's happening on defense. All right, defensively, let's go to two categories. We're going to look at the total yards allowed, and let's see who's giving up the most yards. Once who are our top five guys that are giving it up, where teams are coming through, and it's a statty game right now. So, all right, so the Vikings is giving up 5,187 yards on the year. I think the Vikings are, a few pieces away, and a few guys growing up away from them being, competitive in their division. Rams giving up 5,098 yards. Niners giving up 5,041. Commanders 5,014. Seahawks 4,797. Your top five. They're giving it up right now. These guys are going to have to change that thing around for them to be successful. All right, Chargers number one total yards allowed. They've only given up 2,974. Behind them are the Dolphins with 3,250. Bills 3,410. Bengals 35-33. Steelers 35-67. So you get top five right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total yards. Now passing yards allowed. Bengals is only giving up 2,087. Bills are second with 2,220. Dolphins 2,246. Chargers 2,249. And the Saints 2,460. Who's giving it up though? Commanders 3,764 yards passing. Rams, Patriots, Seahawks, Broncos. All right, rushing right now. Who's stopping a run? Let's take a look at it. All right, so the Chargers haven't given up nowhere close to 1,000 yards. So has the Cardinals. They're both and the Raiders. They've held everybody under 1,000 yards. So there are 13 games they played. Nobody's rushed for over 1,000 yards as a team as a whole yet. So with the Chargers only giving up 725 rushing yards, Cardinals 976. Raiders 992, Dolphins with 1,004. They're fourth, and Jaguars with 1,007. Okay, Michael, holding it down. Points allowed. All right, so you look at the points allowed. It looks like the Dolphins is giving up 183. Steelers at 206 right now. That defense is stifle. And you got the Bills 207. That's your third best team, not allowing points. 234. Chargers, and then for fifth place are the 243. That's the Ravens sitting at 5. When it comes down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When it comes down to total points allowed, sacks on the year. Now who's getting to the quarterback the most? You got the Raiders with 52, one over top of the Ravens with 51. In your top two, Buccaneers and Cardinals are tied with 48 at 3. Bears are at 44, by themselves 4, and then 42 for the Panthers. Give sacks on the year right now. These guys are getting after it. Now you look at the forced fumble recoveries. If I don't see the Bills in the top 10, we crowd now. It's right. Our game didn't stay, but they'd be dominating this list right now. But we're gonna give it to the Raiders. They causing a lot of turnover. The Ravens is to come after the Raiders, and the Ravens have a attack defense. Man, these guys come after you, and they force you into situations. And as you can see, fumble recoveries, not what they cause. This is how many they recover. The Raiders are leading the league with 10. And then there's a big time race at second between the Ravens, the Buccaneers, the Saints, and the Bills with 9. And then your third place teams are the Chiefs and the Commanders. And then you slide down with another Panthers, Dolphins, Texans, and Eagles are in fourth place. And then we got a shitload of 6 all the way down to the Chargers. So there's your top 5 players, teams, and there's a multiple of them. So fumble recoveries are at an all-time high right now. So that's the league thing. People are just fumbling because the game is allowing that. Who is turning the ball over? Who's getting all the interceptions right now, man? You're going to start first with the Bills, 45, and then his AFC East counterpart, Dolphins, with 44. Right behind that are the Ravens in third place with 43. The Lions and the Steelers are tied with 41, and then the Panthers and the Eagles are tied with 40. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're your top 5. I'm a savage. Oh yes, that's what I am. Now let's go look over here and see if anything changed with the Coach of the Year award right now. None of that changed. All the same guys are still right there. How about the MVP race? See, has changed. Nothing really has changed. Look like Herbert's there, Corrals, Jonathan Taylor, Miles Sanders, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Mixon, and Rashad White. I think he snuck his way on that list. He's balling out right now for this team. When we left this, I'm not going to go to the offensive players, defensive players. We took our time with that a couple shows ago, but we did stop at quarterback. So the best quarterbacks in the AFC in the race, your top five are Justin Herbert, Josh Allen, rightfully so, Lamar Jackson, Kenny Pickett, and the rookie Andy Morrison, the Heisman Trophy winner out of Clemson, is sitting at five right now in your top five. So we got Herbert. Let's just call it what he is. He's the top five quarterback in this league. So is Jonathan Allen. So is Lamar Jackson. And Kenny Pickett is making a name for himself. And he's having a breakout year this year right now, sitting at four. And then Andy Morrison was thrust into the role of quarterback. They didn't have a chance to let him groom. They had to put him in the fire. And, after like the first 3 weeks, they went 0-5. They put this man on the field, and they haven't lost a game since. This team is on a 7-game winning streak right now. And the Raiders, man. The Raiders are coming. Y'all better be careful and stop ignoring the fact. I don't care how the wins come. Winning is winning. Andy Morrison and that Raiders offense, and the defense is hitting on all cylinders. The offenses are doing enough for them to be able to win ball games right now, and they're doing it with a diaper dandy right now. They are aiming for a playoff. I think it will be impressive if this team get in the playoff after the season they had, after the roster that they had to turn over and fix up and get right, man. They did a great job in the draft, great job off season, and they did a great job of development. So in that process, they got the right leaders over there. When it comes down to the head coach, the GM, and the owner over there, getting the things done. Their owner don't have a problem to go, whatever the GM asking for, the owner makes it happen. Simple as that. The bag is available. You need it. Tell me what you need, and we'll go make it happen. And they do exactly a good job of that. So Andy Morrison at 5 on the quarterback list got his team playing at a high level right now. Herbert looking like from the MVP from last year. He still got the numbers, putting in work right now. And then Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson battling it out 2 and 3. In the NFC, though, your top quarterbacks are as follows: Kyler Murray, Matt Corral. 1 year under Matt Corral's belt. He's, the system is a little bit familiar to him now, and he's putting in work right now. This team is doing a good job as well with only 4 losses on the year right now. Justin Fields is balling. And all the Bears are doing is just keep hitting weapons in front of him right now. They said they feel like they're comfortable with the protection. Those guys got to grow up some, but they got the pieces over there, so they getting the weapons around them, and they surrounding him with a bunch of veterans, and some veterans and youth that's just running around and making things happen. This unit is getting pretty good, and Justin Fields is showing who he really is, which is a superstar. Now,
Broncos.
Daniel Jones, no one would expect him to be sitting at 4 on this list right now, but he's exactly that with Tom Brady at 5. And Daniel Jones in the run offense. And, sometimes things happen, man. You guys got to put a lot of energy into stopping that run game. So as long as Daniel Jones is efficient, when he does throw the ball, you get things like this, top 4 quarterback. Is that him playing good football, or is that a testament of the direct line of the NFC quarterbacks are not playing well at all? Because after him, and I would say Tom Brady, the rest of these guys, Donation City, they got to get it together in the NFC with the quarterback play over here. All right, best running backs in the NFC. Miles Sanders taking that thing down, and he is not trying to hear it, but Rashad White is on his heels right now. And he's saying, not so fast, my friend. Kenneth Walker, Saquon Barkley, and you got Aaron Jones stepping up at the 5th best running backs in the NFC right now during the race. Although we got some guys on this list that'll go from 6 to 10 that could probably bump up and play with a lot of games remaining left right now. But the story of the NFC right now is the run game with the Philadelphia Eagles and Miles Sanders right now. Again, when your quarterback Jalen Hurts is having a terrible season throwing the football, he's cleaning it up a little bit though. I'm not going to just say he's super terrible, but then it's going to be a lot of work to turn them numbers around. But he's doing a good job because he has his team with only 3 losses on the year, so that tells me a lot. But they relying on Miles Sanders, and he's showing them that he's willing to take that load and really haul it up and down the field in the Brinks truck to get to that money zone. And then Rashad White sneaking up, man. You guys, fell asleep on this guy. He earned the superstar the year before, and you're looking at a guy that's elusive and can run with some power. So I like this guy. He snuck up here, starting to take down some of those so-called top team rushing running backs in the league. Um, Rashad White, like not so fast, my friend. Kenneth Walker, second year doing what he do off his rookie year. Saquon Barkley, you know who he is, and Aaron Jones. AFC, your running backs are as follows. Jonathan Taylor, JT is the man. Joe Mixon, Eckler stepped up back at the forefront of things right now for the Chargers, and AI, the diaper dandy, only diaper dandy on the list right now, and Travis Etienne for the Jaguars, and Coach Mike Tillman got him playing well. 5. At the same way you look at the NFC, at some of these guys that's not in the top 5 but are on a list that could still make a push for that top 5, it's the same thing with this side of things too. 6, 7 playing out of control, lights out of his mind, really playing out of his mind, Josh Jacobs. And then, you got Nick Chubb, Telford, the backup back, and Najee Harris, who you can never sleep on. But when it comes down to top 5 running backs in the league, JT, Joe Mixon, Eckler, AI. All right, best receivers in the league in the AFC, Calvin, run by your Austin, Launchpad, McDuck. But he's the best receiver in the AFC at this point. Keenan Allen's right back in the mix. Rashad Bateman is 3. Jamar Chase is 4. Jamar Chase is the guy for them. And then when it comes down to the passing game, he's shown it this year. And last year, I thought, he had average numbers for a receiver, but good enough to really take a look at him and say, yeah, he played pretty well for me last year. But I think they rely on him a lot more this year. They trust him. Joe Burrow, obviously, since LSU has a connection with this guy, and they make things happen for him to be 4th on his list. Casey Rose for the Chiefs. Can I get it? Can I get it? Duvernay, Waddle, Reek, Adams, George Pickens. You see the top 10 on this list? Now, my conversation with myself would be this, since I'm on the show by myself, this is what my self would be. What receiver group 1 through 10 are better, the NFC or the AFC? Is the NFC receivers better than the AFC? Now, you're going to see these names on here and you can like them. When we get to the NFC, you're going to have to really like them. But let's just highlight our top 5 right now. Calvin Austin III, balling right now. I think one of his special games that we saw was him running under 6 bombs. I mean, bombs. Launch pad, right? Launch pad is his nickname. Calvin Austin, launch pad.
I'm speaking up for the NFC. Let's go.
Keenan Allen, man, old man Keenan, still getting it done right now, man. He's still crisp on the route running. He's still secure on the catches. Rashad Bateman is turning into that guy of, pay attention to me. I am the Baltimore Ravens #1 receiver over there. I am their playmaker, and I can do it all. This guy runs the route tree just as good as some of the top receivers in the league. Injuries kept him from having a great rookie year, but right now in year 3, he's absolutely Lamar's favorite target. Jamar Chase is doing Jamar Chase shit at 4. But the surprise on this list at top 5 is Casey Rose. My question would be, is this cleanup duty? Are these numbers padded numbers, or is this guy really like that? Because, since Tyreek got shipped out of here, they've been looking for a guy to take over as their #1. Not the Tyreek type of player. They needed a true #1 that can put up Kelsey numbers.
When you got Mahomes over there,
Mm-hmm.
be a product of Mahomes. When you got Mahomes over there, we know one thing about it. The opportunity is there. He's taking advantage of it right now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So then you go down to the next 5. Look at the names on here. Devin Duvernay, Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, Devontae Adams, George Pickens. So my question is the names that are intriguing, or is the numbers and stuff, just as intriguing as the guys' names that are on here? Because there's some big time names on here. But then when you go to the NFC,
lot of vets on here. It's vet heavy.
let's start before we go anything. Mike Evans at 1. Hollywood Brown at 2. Jameson Williams is at 3. He on a breakout. Rondell Moore, Early Bird, Ezekiel Borson. So let's start there. In the top 5, are there 3? Cardinals, top six, top five.
Got three Cardinals in the top five, man. Oof. And you got babyface Bird in there too. So, damn.
I just said early bird sitting at five right now, man. This is crazy. Jesus.
Any of them top five could be at number one any given Sunday.
Oh my God.
Oof.
All right, so 6 through 10, Velas Jones Jr. seemed like he became the Bears' number one target over there. Cooper Cup, old man Coop doing his thing. Terrence Marshall stepping up. DK Metcalf.
Yeah.
I think we got a blockbuster. DK is not on the Seahawks anymore, is he?
I think he's gone. I think it's a
He's still there.
damn.
He's still there
Is he still on the
until he
Seahawks
get out
right
of
now?
school. He in school.
DK Metcalf is on his way to brotherly love, Philadelphia. Philly, Philly,
Mm-mm.
Philly, where I am from. Philly, 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 where I am from.
At the trade deadline. Wow. Naheem Hines to the Bills. Hmm.
He
For
really
real?
went. He
That's a
really is
real.
in real life.
That's a real life block last minute. Naheem Hines to the Bills. That's crazy.
You're lucky
But
we ain't out bush, mate. I wouldn't have gone so easy on you. Boys.
while we
Naheem
talking
Hines to the
about
Bills.
trades, while we talking about trades and these Eagles, man, these Eagles in the
Philly
last
is
24
where I'm
hours
from.
acquired Lattimore and Metcalf. Oh my God.
We from Phila period. PA period. Ease they hearing it. Believe they fearing it. But loving it though. I hate the game. Fuck the fame. But I'm loving it though. Tell me
They
if you
going
know me.
crazy in Philly right now,
How
man.
we
Marshawn
flow.
Lattimore comes over there, the man down with the corners with Slay, Bradbury, and the young gunner Oglesby. And then they go get this type of weapon at offense, man. DK Metcalf, man. Now they lose the 98 speed receiver, but I would lose him too for DK Metcalf to go along with AJ Brown and Devontae Smith, the Heisman Trophy winner receiver. They are putting Jalen Hurts in a situation to be successful. Um, and again, I think they trust their quarterback, and what they're telling us is that look, we got to get better at with the weapons around him, and we'll see him, take that next step. Right now, they was lacking, even though Quez Watkins had that 98 speed, they was lacking their deep ball presence. So Snake, I ask you, bringing him in, DK Metcalf, did that open up the deep ball now?
Think it opens up their offense, open up their deep balls, or help open up them underneath routes. On them, everybody is a man heavy. It gives AJ Brown and Devontae Smith open up some stuff underneath as well. Definitely open up that deep ball for DK Metcalf,
So,
man.
so this is let's do a little bit of history and talk. Both these receivers come from Ole Miss at the same time. They got drafted at the same time. One went to Tennessee, one went to Seattle. Now they're both on the Eagles rosters before they get to their fifth year. They're both on the Philadelphia Eagles rosters. They're teammates again. And now you got again, if they have any type of success they had when they was in college, AJ Brown literally tore the field up. Intermediate route runner, he was a monster. This guy, and then they might be two of the biggest receivers in the league.
Two of the most
Muscle
physical
rod, most
receivers in the
physical
league.
receivers in the league are both on the same
Um,
team right now. This is crazy. It just got real in Philadelphia. It just got
Is it on?
real.
It says Jalen Hurts is on notice.
Yeah, I mean, he's in a situation where you better is on you now. That's the statement they made. Is on you now because they gave up the house. First of all, they gave up a first round pick and signed AJ to 100 mil. They gave the house up to get DK Metcalf, and some would say they overpaid. They gave the house up to get DK
But
Metcalf,
can you
man.
overpay for a talent like Metcalf
Yeah, yeah,
that's
you
ready
definitely can.
now?
Yeah, you can. Definitely you can. Definitely you can. Because it's guidelines that we follow, so it's definitely you can. Like now, in real life, you would say no. You know what I mean? Hell no, you can't overpay for them. But it's guidelines we follow, and in those guidelines, I think they gave up way too much. from our rules and what the rule committee is asked to look at, they gave up way too much. But you go get who you want, right?
Hey,
You want them,
absolutely.
you go give them up. So that was the conversation in the rules chat. Without me talking about what we talk about in there, but like it was is this something that he really want? Like he's really willing to give that up? All right, fine. And the trade was made. So you'll see DK will be on the airplane in the next hour or so before he gets in Philadelphia. The question is, will he be playing in the game against the Bills tonight?
Man, hey, look, giving up that much, he better be.
Mm.
Giving up that much, he better be. I think he
I
making
mean,
his
but
debut.
what
Listen,
would you better do with him? He ain't gonna know the playbook. He don't got no time to really,
I mean,
understand their
you got to.
offense.
You Christian McCaffrey him. You put him in there and you go route. You put him to let him go do something. You talk to him. Look, he already has the playbook. He's learned a couple of plays.
All you gotta
He
do
has
is
a
choice
five to
route
seven
him to
plays
death.
before him.
Just choice route
Five
him
to
to
seven
death.
playbook. 5 to 7
Look,
plays.
here's the play. You got choice route. Get open, right? Play backyard football with him for week one. Or Jalen Hurts can tell him, look, this is the play, this is your route. You gotta talk to him, but you gotta put him on the field. As soon as he get off the plane, he need to get his physical and do his testing,
Oh, okay.
and then ball game.
Complete trade to the Broncos. Now that it was Bradley Chubb, but Broncos getting Chase Edmonds and a first. That's a good trade. I'll take that
That's a pretty good trade.
because
They
Melvin
need,
Gordon been
yep.
fumbling.
And Javante's out for the year, so that's perfect.
Yeah, yeah. You know you got Latavius Murray, and he just right off. He was right off the bench. So they got a first and a fourth, and Chase Edmonds.
What group of receivers are better, AFC or NFC?
NFC. I think the
Yeah, of
NFC
course
is
you would say
good.
that. All right, your top linemen: Shaq, Zachary Book for the Panthers, and Ed Ingram for the Vikings. Your top three AFC linemen are as follow: Deion Burst, the diaper dandy; Darrell Waters, the diaper dandy; and then Bonhard Ringman. Colts got two out of the three. If you look at the Colts, they might got more. Look, Bengals and the Colts. Look, Colts, Bengals, Colts, Bengals, Bengals, Colts, 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 Bengals, Bengals. Bengals run the ball so well, they got six linemen on here.
Dang.
I mean, this is the
Same
offensive line
situation
is
as the Ravens.
dominated by the Colts and the Bengals right now. Jesus. Mm-mm-mm.
Colts, Bengals, Colts, Bengals, Colts, 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 Bengals, Bengals. And that's all it is. Colts and Bengals on the whole
Yep.
list.
hmm
Sheesh. Mm-mm-mm. Well, I
When
guess
it
we know
come
who got the
down,
better offensive lineman.
when it come down to pass rushing, Joey Bosa is following up what he did last year. He's the number one on the AFC list. Joey Bosa. Then there's T.J. Watt. And what you're going to see when it comes down to the defensive ends, for the most part, you're going to see the veterans on the list for the AFC. Von Miller, third on the list. Khalil Mack, fourth on the list. So you got the first and the fourth best defensive lineman in the AFC right now when it comes down to the Chargers. Hal Landry, veteran, sitting here. You got Jermaine Johnson the second. He's been on this list since year one. So he's definitely that dog at DN right now because he followed it up 2 years in a row. Matthew Butler for the Raiders, playing out of his mind. Young Randy Porter for the Jaguars. You got Yannick Njoku for the Colts, and then Carl Lawson for the Jets. Your top 10, but your top five are Bosa, Watt, Miller, and Mack. Harold Landry. NFC, look at the D line over here. So we're dealing with Aaron Donald, Chase young Cameron Thomas for the Cardinals, and Vicky D to follow that up right behind him. You got young Jaleel Hodges, the D tackle for the Seahawks, as your top five. Then you got Bosa, young Knox, Burns, Sweat, and then Drake Jackson. But your top five are those guys. Donald still balling at a high level as a grandpop in this league. Chase Young is an animal. And then the two young gunners is growing up together right now, and Cameron Thomas and Vicky D. Linebackers. Donnell Hunter used to put his hand in the dirt, but he got him outside linebacker in the new scheme in Vikings Nation. Thibodeau for the Giants is number 2. Pete Warner is number 3 for the Saints. Ernest Jones is number 4, and Fred Warner is number 5. Those are the top 5 uh, outside linebackers in the NFC. AFC are as follows. Adolphe Oway at 1, Max Crosby at 2 for the Raiders, Ajabo at 3 for the Ravens, Jalen Phillips for the Dolphins at 4, and then Josh Draper for the Cincinnati Bengals. To round off your top 50. All right. Let's look at the DBs. Donovan Oglesby, the diaper dandy, is just the best rookie corner in the league.
Best rookie corner, best rookie in line for best rookie defender. Period. Definitely the best rookie corner. Not only is he picking them things, he turning them into points.
He's scoring points for his team. That's the most impressive part about it. He's putting the ball in the end zone.
He got more touchdowns than some number 1 wide receivers.
Them Eagles is they in the limelight right now, man. They in the limelight, and everything falls down. It comes down to Jalen Hurts with them now. Back-to-back safeties for the Lions, Deshaun Elliott and Afedi Melifonwu, sitting at 2 and 3, and then there's Jeremy Chin at 4 for the Panthers, and then diaper dandy Jaquan Torrance 5 for the Giants sitting here. 6, 7, 8. Baker, Ramsey's there. You got the rookie Harold Davis. You got another young kid, Tyreek Woolen, and then C.J. Gardner-Johnson is sitting at 10 right now. The NFC and their DBs look good, but are they better than the AFC DBs? Minka Fitzpatrick at 1, Stephon Gilmore at 2, Jordan Poyer at 3, Marlon Humphreys at 4. Now, your first 4 are all veterans.
Definitely.
Von Foe at 5 from the safety position. Then there's Xavier Howard, corner, Kalon Barnes balling. You got Cisco for the Jaguars, Jason Payton for the Jets, and then Darwin James Jr. for the Chargers. They balling right now. They get your DB list right there, fellas. That was your DB list.
Matchup, man. It's just nice to see. It is nice to see some of them diaper dandies on the list. Gotta give out them diaper dandies that come into the league and make an impact at every position, man.
Love to see the dandies on here, boy. Love to see the dandies on here. All right.
Include first-year players in the diaper dandies as well a little bit.
Your top 5 passing yards quarterbacks are Kyler Murray, Herbert, Ritter, Prescott, Fields. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Your top touchdowns quarterbacks, nobody's even close to Kyler Murray. He got 60 on the year. Matt Corral with 36 at 2. Herbert with 35, tied with Josh Allen. They're sitting at 3. Justin Fields and Daniel Jones is tied at 4, and then Lamar Jackson and Kurt Warner are tied at 5. Touchdown makers, make it make sense. Throw them touchdowns. Make sense. Rushing, man. Carry guys. We've yet to get to 300 carries yet, but JT is close to it with 296. Yards, though. JT leads the league in rushing yards, 1744. Miles Sanders second to that, 1495. Saquon Barkley with 1480.
Joe Mixon, 1397.
And we knew that was going to cut off. That's why I ain't say nothing. I know it was great kicking.
Yeah, I knew it was. I was like, it might kick you, it might not kick you.
That shit said, Hachi Tachi. Hachi Tachi. Hachi Tachi, Hachi Tachi, Hachi Tachi. And Buddha just like, what? No go, kick the fuck out here, cool. Fuck out here, cool. Fuck out here, cool. All right, back to the running attack. All right, so Saquon 1480, Joe Mixon 1397, Rashad White 1313. Is that your top 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, sir. That's your top 5. Let's look at the touchdown makers right now. We're looking at 19 touchdowns from Jonathan Taylor, 18 from Miles Sanders. Kenneth Walker III was 17. Rashad White was 16. Joe Mixon was 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At the receiver position right now, who catching the ball the most? 84 catches for Velus Jones, Austin with 80, Everett, the tight end, was 77. Mason Andrews was 77. Mark Andrews' little brother is out dueling him right now. Keenan Allen was 72. Yards, though. Mike Evans with 1432. 1371 with Hollywood. Cooper Cup 1359. Gerald Everett, the tight end, right behind him was Trey McBride. And they both got 1335, 1325. I know what I know, baby. All I know. Let's go see who the touchdown makers are in this building right now. All right, so Rondell Moore was 16. Mike Evans was 15. Tied with Calvin Austin the third, 15. Tied with Early Bird, Ezekiel Bird with 15. Hollywood's right there with 14. Jamison Williams, 14. So we got a whole bunch of ties. 13 from Gerald Everett, the tight end. Then you got Dwayne Rolland with 13 touchdowns. Then it's Trey McBride with 12. Vetus Jones with
A whole
12.
bunch of ties and a whole bunch of Cardinals.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's all we're going to see right now. That's all we're going to be right now. Like Mike. Jesus. All right. So when you look at tackles right now, Fred Warner and Barack, oh my God. Nick Bolton. All right, my favorite tackles. Tackle for loss is Adolphe with 34, Khalil Mack with 33, Joey Bosa with 30, and Najabo with 26, tied with Max Crosby with 26. But then you got Aaron Donald with 25 and TJ Watt with 25. Do you understand? With TJ Watt and Carlos Basham Jr. and Ajabo and Adolphe Owe, with that collision going to be like.
Prime time game, prime time TV.
Man,
this motherfucker Dolphin got 26 sacks. Wow.
Let's get to that right now. 26. Now he finished the year like the regular season last year with 29. I think at this point he's going to beat that. He's going to beat that. Yeah, 29.
Defense, he get that much production from that player like that. Holy cow! Some people not getting that production from two players on their team.
Yeah, he balling out. All the way balling out. All right, next up on sacks is Max Crosby with 18. Aaron Donald with 17. Then you got Ajabo at 15 and a half, tied with Von Miller with 15 and a half. So you look at your pass rushers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Somebody I'm missing. Where your guy go?
1, 2, 3, 4. What's wrong? You got kicked out again?
No, I was trying to figure something out math-wise in my head.
Okay. All
right. Let's go to INTs right now, man. 13 for Minka Fitzpatrick. Look, Donovan Ogleby, the diaper dandy for the Eagles with 12. Elliott with 11. Poyer with 11. And then Stephon Gilmore with 11. Now, behind that are the veterans, right? Xavier Howard and Humphrey. So let's look at this right now. When you think about the corners and the interceptions that's coming out of the cornerback room, right? Oglesby leads all corners. That means the veterans, the higher overall guys, all that. He's sitting at 12. The next corner is Stephon Gilmore, the veteran, who's 11 years in, who's in his 12th season right now, balling, right? Then you got Xavier Howard 7 in with 10. You got Marlon Humphreys with 6 years in with 10. Then you get back to the safety play again, Fetu Melafanu sitting there with 10. And then from there, you get out of the double-digit guys right there.
Xavier Howard got 10 too.
Yeah, I got him. I seen him. All right, so when you look at the safety play in this league, man, I mean, Minka is balling. You got Poyer balling. I mean, you didn't even get to see some of these other guys because I didn't go far enough down the list. But when you start looking at some of these other safeties in the league, you got some young safeties that's making a name for themselves, right? But then Kayvon Barnes been on his roster since last year for the Dolphins. It looked like he's turning into their number one corner.
Top of this list, man.
Jalen Ramsey still doing what he do with 8. Cisco, Chin, Hyde. Oh my God, it's a lot of work going on over here. Let's look at the deflections and see who's doing them at the best. Tyson Campbell for the Jaguars are at 1. Then you got Darius Sneed at 2 for the Chiefs. Lewis Sign. So now what I'm seeing is the guys that are struggling record wise are going crazy with the deflections right now because the top 3 guys are all struggling to get wins, but they out here putting them to work right now. So.
In their defense, you got to give those owners credit for getting those youngsters out in the field, and
Hmm.
you know, them deflections, them high deflections. You know, in the past we normally see those players develop, go up and upgrade. So there'll be something to keep an eye on. There's
Uh,
Seen and Campbell.
you keep building it, it'll come. It'll come if you keep building that shit.
Poyer, Kurt Smart.
Got a few rook dogs up there like rook. Uh, I know that's not what I say. What I say. All right. So look, now you
Wow.
go to your fumble forced fumbles and you see who's doing the most. Oh my God.
Oh, dog. That's what I just was talking about.
Might be the no wonder he up there in the MVP race. This might be the might be the best defensive player on the field in the entire league right now. I mean, let's make the argument against that, Snake. Am I allowed to say that?
I mean, let's talk about it.
I mean, we haven't seen somebody dominate the stat line or even dominate a ball game since Lawrence Taylor.
26 sacks, 34 tackles for loss, 7 forced fumbles. I mean, like
Snake, if he
Adolphe even got a touchdown out there. Like,
you got a couple interceptions, got 2 interceptions on the year, 34 tackles for losses, 7 forced fumbles, man. And he got a score. My thing is this: I think last year he ended the year with 29 sacks. If he ended the year with more than 29, if he beats that, I think we're talking about the best defensive player. He might, bro. Does he have a shot to win MVP?
You see a first time defensive player MVP in a while?
I could tell you like this. I'm gonna tell you like this: if he even anybody in Baltimore or media, anybody even bring that MVP shit up, we'll never answer another question to that person again. We fighting for our playoffs lives. We are at seed 7 right now, trying to keep ourselves in the playoffs. Fuck a MVP, care less. Not a goddamn MVP, but he balling right now. That's a lot of forced fumbles. I mean, I think he's causing all the damn forced fumbles. Shit.
It's a lot of third down work, tackles for loss and forced fumbles. Like,
Boy.
sack.
You putting in work right now, bro. I mean, look, Oglesby, bro. We can't ignore that this man got a rookie corner that's playing better than most guys corners that have been in the league, right? But got 4 touchdowns and ran 4 of them back and all that shit like that. I think that that's the 2 storylines right now between those 2 guys. Like you look at the rookie Oglesby out of Philadelphia, who's going fucking crazy as a rookie. And then you're looking at Adolphe in his 3rd season right now going crazy.
Just as me as saying that, about you definitely got a couple of 3-piece defenders, youngsters up there with some. It's definitely. I think the league is in a good place, man.
It's in a really good place. A really good place.
You see vets still doing their thing, being able to live out them the 2nd and 3rd contracts, and you see rookies coming in the league right away. And even being in these arguments, putting in some of these arguments about, with historical great players.
Mm-hmm. But look, when you look at the guys that's scoring all the damn defensive touchdowns, just look at this: Donovan Oglesby,
Youngsters.
rookie; R.J. Jenkins, rookie; Keith Jones, rookie; Terrell Williams only in his 2nd year; Keelan Barnes is in his 1st year; Jamal, veteran; Cisco, Ramsey, a veteran, and you start to get to all the 2s. But you get it. You see what's going on at the top of this list too, man. Diaper dandies, man. They balling right now. Some of these guys got these guys playing at a high level.
Testament to some coaches eyeing some talent in the draft and seeing them through and getting them on the field.
It's one thing of getting the talent, but to be able to let them make sure you got the right pieces to play for your system, and they puzzle pieces, and you make those guys into puzzle pieces. Like These guys are a testament of great scouting by the scout department. Way to take a chance on drafting these guys, right? And then at the end of that, it comes down to this. If you look at Oglesby, he went in the first round, right?
Yep.
I think he went pick 21. Yep.
That was his first pick, first round
Then
pick.
then then you go back over here. You tell me where RJ. Keith Jones went in the top 10. He was a top 5, I think. I know he went in the top 10.
Let's look at his playing card. Stats. Award. And you can do it right from here. He was first round, pick 3 in the draft.
Right. Then RJ Jenkins. Well,
And R.J. Jenkins
where
from
he
the
was picked
Bills.
at? He went the third round, pick 24. That's a steal. Third rounder balling like that.
6'6", 250. Sheesh. And just a shout out to them coaches. These are difference makers. You get this type of production, especially from young players. Just go ahead and win you a game or two just from that type of production, man.
Uh,
That's great talent. Keith Jones will play this week. The other two got another game to go, but Keith Jones definitely looking like one of the better linebackers. Oglesby one of the better cornerbacks.
yeah. And they going to fuck off right now, man. That's all that matters. These guys are putting in the work. They're doing what they got to do. Simple as that. I mean, look, Luke Daniels, the safety for the 49ers, strong safety, got 2 to the crib. Um, I don't know how many deflections, 1 deflection, interceptions. He got 5 on the year. Guys are playing with their diaper dandies, man. They playing with their diaper dandies for sure. Come on, Snake, talk to me right now. Let's get over here to the schedule, man, and let's just talk about what we can to talk about. Let's get over here to this schedule and let's take a look at the matchups that we call matchups right now. So, Steelers, Ravens,
Chat talk earlier.
Bills, Eagles. Now, Max picked I don't know who Max picked last night. I think he picked the Eagles, 35-24 or something like that was his score. How do you like this matchup right now? Look, you got the rookie corner. Then he brings Lattimore over here.
Before we lay the point spread in this game, what we need to know is will Lattimore and Metcalf
Play tonight? Will they play? Yeah, if they in the uniform tonight, and how much of a role do they play in that game? Yep.
We definitely seen that point spread sling, but we don't want to disrespect the Bills, man. They undefeated and they're here for a reason. Oh man, but man, this is a statement game for the Eagles, man. This is a real statement.
Bills Mafia, their fans travel well too, and it's not like they going, they coming down a pike. Yeah, they coming down a pike. So they coming down a pike, man. So let's see how this goes. This plays out, man. Look, bro, when you look at the game itself, you look at the quarterback play and you give that edge to Jonathan Allen. When you come to the running back game, you give that to Miles Sanders. But if DK Metcalf is playing, then I don't know if the receiver situation now. It's Calvin Austin the third, and having the presence of Stephon Diggs better than DK, AJ Brown, and Devontae Smith.
How important this game was. This game was scheduled at 1:00. It got moved to 8 p.m. Sunday night football. Prime time game.
Prime time.
Trade, bro. Like, this is it. This is what we watch football about. You got the undefeated Bills and the all-world Josh Allen. And with that young boy Austin over there, and we got Lattimore and the new Metcalf, Jalen Hurts and friends Eagles, man, and Miles. And it's not. I'd like to see this Eagles identity, man, because Miles Sanders been doing his thing over there. This is gonna be a very interesting game, man.
Disrespectful. We said Bills by a lot.
Whoa.
Anytime the Bills enemy is saying that, so that tells you how much he liked this Eagles team.
Oh yeah.
Folks said I agree with Hoodie. The Bills gonna blow the Eagles out. Damn. Niggas disrespectful. Sheesh.
Hey, drop them point spreads. What's a lot? Y'all saying Bills by 14? Who do somebody say 21? Like,
my God.
Jump out there. Tell us what it is, man. We want to know. Speak your mind. Man. Boom, how you feel about this, Boom? Whoa, the numbers coming in.
Yeah.
The numbers coming in.
Hello?
You
and
see it?
4 picks.
Damn, is that respect from your division mates, some of your division mates though?
He
Sheesh,
said,
man. Oh,
bet
they
your
for the
picks.
Eagles.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
Bet your picks.
Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah, you is trying to recoup some, ain't you?
Hell yeah, this easy money.
Oh, I ain't heard this confidence from Jalen Hurts yet. Newfound confidence. Metcalf do that to him, huh?
Man, Metcalf will
Eagles
not
by
be making the
17.
trip.
He ain't gonna make the trip?
He will not be making the trip. He will not suit up. He'll be in street clothes.
Okay.
Fuck out of here. Yeah, right. You full of shit.
Nah, my boy in
Newfound throw
school, man.
5
He in
picks.
school.
Mm-mm-mm. Ain't that game
Who
scheduled for
he
5
do?
o'clock?
Nah, but that's we playing in like 20 minutes.
Mm.
He get out. He said he won't be able to do it till later on tonight.
Man. Lattimore's already got the playbook in it. He just man enough so he know what it is.
Hey, we know what his offense is, man. We just need to let him on defense, man. We good.
Well, you ain't losing too
Mm-mm-mm.
much. You still got speed on the field. You got Lattimore, so that's still a man. Air raid by 14 plus, by 21, 14 plus, plus 21. Eagle,
Might
oh,
throw five in.
junkyard. Oh, you finna throw 5 picks.
That's it.
Not what I seen. I know more from what Deion Sanders on
Yeah.
there.
Nah, because
I see
I think
somebody
people
make the
don't.
MVP
Yeah,
conversation.
and I don't think people understand that he will get if that's going to be the way to win. He will give Miles Sanders the football. He's been doing it all
30
year.
fucking carries. He not going to let him do that shit to him. Miles
Mm-mm-mm.
Sanders ain't up there number one back in the NFC for nothing.
He Ray had 35 carriers.
Credit to that
Boy
coach over
All
Dose
there.
that
He
Scruggs
shit
just
by
don't
made
mean
this
Newfound
nothing.
a
Eagle
good game.
implementor on yo roster.
Avery had 35 carries. And he probably is.
He said if you finna throw 5 picks, you already have 35 carries. Dang.
Say that when he
Damn,
take the field
yeah.
and say he ain't going undefeated on your watch, huh, boom.
Nah, man.
Phantom
I
Snake
already
being
told
his
y'all what's going
Koval
on.
bet.
Uh,
Mm-mm.
man,
That's a big
dog.
time game though, man. So Snake, who you got winning it?
Oh man, dog. This is a real big game, bro. Man, sheesh.
Hard to pick,
It's a
right?
tough game. It's a tough game, man. I like the moves the Eagles make, and I don't. And you know the Bill has shown it and spoken that he ready for the challenge, man.
It's hard to go against undefeated.
Yeah, it's hard to go
It's
against it,
definitely hard against go
but I
against
feel
him.
like this could be a trap game for him. Like
Man,
where like you gotta dig in your bag a little bit because the little shit ain't gonna work on both of them.
I ain't gonna underestimate the picking up a Lattimore. You are, with the rest of that secondary over there. That's kind of like crazy. That shit like bananas. Motherfuckers talk about the Bucks. I better go look at these motherfucking Eagles. Some of these other motherfucking teams. Shit, fuck out of here. The motherfucking Ravens over
Yeah,
there.
no.
Shit.
Don't go look at me.
I
We
ain't the
ain't
top.
doing nothing.
We ain't the top. Hey, look, Bucks
We
ain't the
just happy to
top
be in the
team no more.
conversation. We just happy to be in the conversation, man.
FW Games fucked my stats up sheesh.
Man, this is a real interesting game though, bro. Sheesh. I will
You
say
guys
this.
love it, I
I
see.
don't think the Eagles. See, I don't like talking all the games, but I don't think the Eagles allows the Bucks to do to do
What do
all
you
this
want or
crazy
to do
shit.
what he want
Yeah,
comfortably?
I know for a fact, motherfucking Boone Woodgard didn't give that motherfucker 30 fucking carries just to throw his pass and shit off and keep control of the game and not allow it to get crazy. And then he'll fuck around, turn back around, try to catch it with a backdoor to a Quez Walker's keep it close in the game, even if it. And then we all know Matt, if he can keep it like that, if he keep it like that and don't get crazy, you got a chance. Period.
Right.
You keep a motherfucker hanging around, that shit can get. You don't put that shit
I
away.
believe me, I know. You don't put a game away, you can fuck
So
around and
I
lose that
know
thing
for a
bad.
fact, and that's my prerogative. Boone know for a fact. I know for a fact
Snake
Boone
right.
will get that motherfucker 30 fucking carries and keep it close. And he come right back and win that shit. Like it ain't. Is it? Let me see. And see, it's in Philly. Like he ain't.
He better hope it ain't raining. The goddamn that wind
It's
ain't
in
15 miles
Philly,
per hour.
bro. This one
You
of them
wanted,
local
you wanted,
schools.
you wanted to be a nasty Philadelphia type of game. That's what you want. Bad weather.
Hell
Yeah, he
nah.
do.
I'm
Oh,
saying
you
he
don't?
better hope. I don't care either way. I'm ready for it. I play the.
Yeah,
It
man.
don't even
I
matter.
think this might be one of the harder quote unquote picking games to decide that there's been because I
Hey,
mean
listen. He
and
undefeated though,
then
right?
truth be told, then a whole nother thing, Boone not having Metcalf might actually help him because you're not pressing the issue to play with them new toys and stuff. You add a cornerback, a number one cornerback, that's cool. That helps you out a whole lot. Man, what we
Hey,
gonna see the rookie do now?
can I be honest though? Like my
Go
three
ahead.
losses came during hotel games. All three of my losses.
Right?
Me and Hood, we had a close game, but the fall game and the Shogun game, I couldn't even move my players, dog. I just wanted to play it.
I feel you. And it be
Other
like
than
that
that,
sometimes.
shit, hey, I won all my games. Technically, I could be undefeated.
Right.
So, but it's I like being underdog.
Yeah, but see the other thing to that is too, he done had a couple like motherfucking division games, like you chasing D West, hit on vacation. So I think the Bills done had a couple more of his games, so he kind of like you be into your team a little bit, be able to play them games and be into it a little bit more. I think this doing a sneaky game. I could see this game point blank being him being up, but him not being able to put the game
Boom,
away.
you wasn't gonna beat me.
Oh, he said, "Boom, you wasn't gonna beat me." Yeah. And then him being
Who's
able to
that?
put the game away and not dreadhead roster money.
Stop it. Stop it, Hood.
Yeah, like
Nigga
it's a
shaking.
hey hood man. Tyreek Hill, 30 years old. He ain't even got 1,000 yards. Go and send him up out of here. Go and send him over here. Let him retire with Brady. It's hard to beat undefeated though, man. In Philly.
In Philly, where I am from. All right, so we slide up here to the divisional game. Last time they met, the Steelers held the Ravens at 3 points. Going into the fourth quarter, pulled off a 21-13 victory in a game where the Ravens moved the ball up and down the field, but got in the red zone and turned the ball over, whether via fumbles or interceptions. And the Steelers found the way to pick on Marlon Humphreys in that game, connecting for three bombs, two of them resulting in touchdowns, one resulting into the running back taking it in after he caught the ball on the 4 or 5 yard line. So it looked like the Steelers dominated the ball game, honestly, because of the score. But it really was a good offensive outing for the Baltimore Ravens. A lot of
What's
players.
up, Coach? Can I ask you a question about that, Coach?
It was good.
Man, cause we hear the Humphrey talk, man. We heard that, we heard Humphrey done
Steelers
got
by a
Old
lot
Baby a
face
couple
with
of
teams
times,
of
but we
Georgia
still see him on
fish.
that top five in the DB list. We see the Ravens go make another acquisition for a young corner. I mean, like, what's going on in that defensive talk? We heard a little grumbling. He necessarily he ain't complaining too much, but we heard on his rumors on the streets he not too happy. Like, what's going on with that Ravens secondary and that Ravens
Hankers.
defense over there, man?
I just think we're dealing with a whole bunch of young players running around in that secondary, and things get, you know, out of place. Wrong coverage. One guy is playing cover three, and they were supposed to be in a cover four. One guy's playing, cover two, and they're supposed to be in man. It's just the safety's not, they just doing a little bit of things where they just if they click and put it together, it can get scary, really scary over there. But we are young on that back end. Very young, honestly, with Marcus Williams being the only veteran back there. Everybody else is either one or a rookie, 1 year player or a rookie. So we're
Boom,
And
you
young on
then
that
you got
wasn't
back
all
gonna
end.
veteran
team
wide
slash
receivers in
pivot
that
on
AFC.
Madden.
Yeah, and they're very young, man. They're very young. So what happens
Trying to
is
be like the
it's
curse
it's
with
it's
teams
the
of
Ravens
Georgia
have to put
face
a
with
complete
twins
game
of
together,
Joe.
man. And honestly, they can't turn the ball over. I mean, the turnovers are killing them, and a lot of their turnovers aren't, just aren't interceptions. It's fumbles, and it's fumbles from the weirdest positions. It's receivers fumbling more than my main ball carriers.
Mm.
So we gotta put drives together, man. We gotta put a complete football
Your
game
team
together,
watching, but
and we gotta finish, man. We either a few points down going into the fourth quarter, or we up, but we always have the lead damn near going into the fourth.
Right.
If they hold me to a field goal, it's over with. That's what they want to do. They want to hold you to field goals and keep it close. You keep it close, anything can happen. Um, I mean, listen, that Steelers team, they got edge rushers, they got guys that can play the run game, they got guys that can cover. Especially back there, D. With Minka Fitzpatrick. Look, he's the number one safety interceptions in the league, right? Number one safety with interceptions.
Safety. Division games are always tough.
And then again, know each other, right? Opponents know each other, so this is going to be a dogfight. And there's a little bit more riding on this game, so this game got to get played on some playoff atmosphere shit. It's going to be rocking in Baltimore. Charm City is going, we're honoring the 2012 Super Bowl team tonight. So it's going to be rocking in Baltimore right now, man. And a lot of players are ready to go. We feel like we had a good week of practice. And we just got to match this team, man. They're a rival team. We just got to match them toe for toe, stride for stride, blow for blow. And let them know we're here, man. And again, we need our young pups to make plays. They got to step up and make plays. And just step in the ring and be ready to do some things. I mean, they play a big role. They play a big role in 3 out of my 4 losses.
The one game I lost, it didn't count, and I was playing the Packers. I think he had tested that. Like when running back, he got no fumbles on the year. Had 5 fumbles
yesterday against Hillburgers, we going into the mid third quarter. Well, actually, I get the ball back at halftime. 3-3 ball game, and I've been in the red zone 6 times in the first half. Think about that. I fumble, interception, fumble. We just keep fumbling, man. The game is just hot on fumbles right now. But we gotta better make Kenny Pickett show us that he could dot us up, man. He gotta better show us he could dot us the fuck up and pit drives together. So we just gotta play physical, man. We just gotta play Raven football, man. A lot of people ask, what does that mean?
Okay.
Right? A lot of people ask, what does that mean? And you'll know. So look, we're looking to be the 2000 Ravens. That's the brand of football we're looking to play defensively.
Play like a Raven.
Offensively, offensively, you haven't seen that yet. Right now, you haven't seen that. Look, not for nothing, we brought Martin Johnson in, and he ended up with 2 interceptions in the game. Last week. I think the kid is ready to play. He just wanted out of Jacksonville. He wanted to play for a winner. We had our eye on him in the draft. Things didn't go our way. And we was able to get him. We felt like he was worth a first round pick. And I think, some might say, did you overpay for him? I don't know, especially when you got guys sending 4 superstars and three high picks to motherfuckers for a player. Did I overpay for him?
Hell no. Late first? Nope.
Mm-mm.
For a starter? Nope. Somebody that's definitely going to contribute to your team. Like, I think sometimes, in drafts, we see some teams get stuff confused. Like, I don't think everything always matters where you can pick it. This player can come in and contribute to your team, especially if they contribute at a high level. Doesn't matter what position.
Crying face.
Doesn't matter what position or what pick you draft a player at.
Like, I really don't.
As long as they come in and contribute on the high player, we laugh. I mean, we laugh at people taking fullbacks in the 3rd round, but
right.
The players can come in and make an impact.
Listen, man. It's a lot of teams.
The Bills take a linebacker in the fourth round, right? And that mug is one of the top rookies in the league. He's tied for 2nd defensive touchdown.
Look, Snake, this is what it comes down to. It's a lot of teams coaches right now that's having success and a lot of coaches that's not. That's the NFL, period. There's a lot of people that got the right pieces and the right things are happening, right? It's guys that are winning that will be questioned. Are you really a winner? And it's guys that are winning that we used to seeing win. Like Jesus Christ, it's guys that are that used to win that are struggling right now. It is a lot of shit going on, and that's football, and that's Game of Thrones. Any given Sunday, simple as that. And as long as it's any given Sunday, anybody got a shot. And as long as anybody got a shot, everybody is engaged. Simple as that. You know who's engaged. You always know who's having success, not fun, success. You know who's having success by the engagement they have. You know who's not having success by the disengaged they are.
Right.
All I know is we got some games that got to get played, and it's going to be guys watching some of these games. Good games, right? It's some good games all the way. We only talked about 2, but it's some good games out here. We just see the Bucks just went in there and just where that 63-6 come from? What we doing this game? Oh, Mike Evans. You say, oh no, I gotta jump him back in front. Cheat stats. 28 carries. God damn.
Bro, I set motherfucking Tom Brady and shit like the third quarter, the second quarter, something.
Oh my God.
I ain't do too much with Mike Evans or nothing. It was just.
That's how you playing? You played this nigga or a computer?
I ain't playing no computer game, bro. Go ahead, you wasn't even supposed to. Man, look,
whooped his ass. Oh my God.
You got a rookie quarterback.
Nah, we're not trying to fuck all that.
Down, bro.
That motherfucker out here. Oh Lord.
Man.
All I know is I'll see y'all on the flip side. And here's the franchise guru. We are out of here.
Having fun, let's keep it that way.
And if people having fun, let's keep it that way. I'm confused why he said that. What are you saying? What do you mean by that, McCoy?
I got me and my boy ready to join. I think he's just saying in general, man. Yeah.
Nah. My bad. My bad, because I was like my mind was somewhere else, and I just saw that pop across.
He said Dirty Ohio in the building before that. Hey, Bills and Eagles live right now. I got me and my boy. Yeah, I think he just talking about it in general.
Yeah, because the energy good right now. Like it ain't no bullshit. Like ain't nobody fucking acting like a little girl over shit right now. Like so, you know.
Man, do say thanks to the commission, man, too, man. Y'all, I think it was pretty dope. Some things pretty dope, man. Just keep it working all the league. It's like you questioning the good energy.
No, I'm not questioning no good energy. What I'm saying, I'm talking about those. You know the energy of guys that are winning. Their energy is high. When you winning, you're having fun. Energy is high. When you losing, you barely hear from them.
I think he talked McCoy without like. I think he was trying to keep the good energy because he didn't call nobody out. Like, I mean, now I'm gonna say somebody's name. It's not him saying it, so he ain't being a bad guy. Like, for instance, y'all ain't seen Nano around too much, this, that, and the fourth. He not questioning the guys that's engaged and playing the games. He was saying that more so to the couple people that's not around and not really engaged. We trying to get their energy back in the system. That's what I believe you talk about, McCoy, and that he not questioning the good energy. I got right.
Yeah, me. I just want.
Yeah, he wasn't trying to call nobody. He wasn't calling nobody out. He was just saying it is some people who's losing out here. Look, I'm gonna call it out. It's a couple of y'all jokers out here that's fake tanking. Y'all know that shit ain't cool. We ain't fucking with that shit. A couple people that take some losses, that talk shit and this, that, and the fourth. So he was really trying to keep the good energy by not really saying none of the shit that I'm saying, but I'm gonna say that shit. Some of y'all motherfuckers need to play y'all damn games. If y'all stop getting mad when you catch a loss, you gotta deal with them shits. I done sure sat through some of them motherfuckers. We all done sat through them bitches.
We need to get rid of the
and they've already talked about that, McCoy. That all that taking shit, they ain't allowing that shit. And they already talked about replacing these color people that think they gonna tank. So like he wasn't trying to go into none of that. But I'm gonna say that because this is shit that y'all don't hear us. Y'all don't hear us scream on them about this shit. So that's all. He was keeping a good energy. This was a chill jump. This wasn't one of them before.
Game about to start. Eagles and Bills.
Eagles and Bills. Where we going? Y'all better stay in now. Eagles and Bills about to start. Tune in.
Stream on the Bills. Stream on the Bills.
Bills on the
Dragon Balls
stream.
100
For
horns.
sure, McCoy. See, I ain't even let him respond because
Eagles
we ain't
will
even gonna get
win.
him riled up today. McCoy said
Look like
Eagles will win.
a good night.
18
St. Louis. Ravens
10
will
point
win.
10 point game. Ugh. Man,
And like the
I
NFL.
think Bulls can win this game, bro.
Eagles
I think
got
in
it.
Miles Sanders we trust.
Ravens got it.
I think the Bills gonna be up and the Eagles gonna come back and seal this shit in the end, bro. And like that motherfucker up.
Uh,
Hey, look, Booney, get some love now.
like that
All right,
motherfucker up.
I don't think it was necessarily a pick'em game. Just like this was just a,
Y'all know Bills don't
you
show
know what I
no
mean. This is
love.
everybody. This is a check-in game. Everybody engaged, man.
You know why? You know
Punish
why?
those
I appreciate
bastards.
not having. He want me on a 50. Oh my God, he ready to go. I just like the fact that we had 15 people watching the entire time. Somewhere between it would drop down to 11 to 15. That's what I mean. Like I ain't got to give out shit for guys to
Notifications
be
is
engaged.
just
That
like
means
any
we're
other
having fun right
game.
now. And as long as we're having fun, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Shit go the right way.
we
That's all.
done with the and that's why I was trying to. That's why
Just
I
to
just went on
talk
to try to
football.
explain it to McCoy.
Yeah.
But he said it in the comments. My bad. Misunderstand. I got you. Yeah, we ain't really trying to. I think he done with the gifts this season. He kind of went overboard.
And I
So just like that,
appreciate the
just like
commissions.
we do get on him as well for giving out too many gifts as well. So he kind of done with the gifts. This is
Y'all
just a
doing
shit
a good
talking jump.
job.
I ain't on the committee, but he do ask me some shit and do hear our voice. He do hear some folks' voice that's not on the committee, y'all.
That's the
Yeah, he
thing. They
does.
don't, they
Just
don't, they
letting y'all
don't,
know.
they don't hear the behind the scenes shit I go through
Nah,
with
they have
y'all.
no
Like that
idea.
shit, they don't hear none of that shit,
They have
boy.
no
Like
idea.
they don't really know how stressed I really be. Fucking stressed the fuck out, boy. Trying to get this shit.
Hey,
I'm
look,
just all I like
I
is
damn sure
everybody have
cursed his
fun,
ass
man.
out. Hey,
Oh!
Man.
Woo!
Bills are undefeated.
Let me get out of here. Hey, Antonio,
Devontae!
we gotta tune into this game.
Devontae!
give
Yeah!
me a little bit. Let me get my shit together, baby. We'll line it up, my boy. I'll hit you in a second. Other than that,
Devontae!
we're out of here. We're
Peace
out
out,
of
Earth.
here.
Appreciate everybody.
Oh
What play
God, good
Teddy?
show.
Wait.